a gun buyback that forced law-abiding citizens to surrender their firearms in a nationwide roundup and meltdown of all semi-automatic firearms and pump-action rifles and shotguns. 640,000 ordinary conventional firearms confiscated and destroyed.
Friedrich, I'm going to start with you this time. Would you have supported the background check bill that the last legislature passed?
On guns?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And do you think they should have gone further?
When you say gone further...
Is there any more gun control legislation that's needed in this state besides background checks?
Not unless it's going to be introduced in the next session.
That's what I'm talking about. Would you introduce any? What about an assault weapons ban at the state level? Is that a good idea?
Why do we need an assault weapon?
Why do we need one, or why do we need a ban?
Why do we need one to start with?
So you want to ban them?
I would, unless there's specific need for it, and I don't see, unless the Bundy's militia gets out of control.
Then you'd want an assault weapon?
Well, I wouldn't want to see bloodshed.
What about you? Was that background check bill a good idea?
John, I think so. I think we need safer communities, and that was a bill that I had actually advocated for in the last legislative session.
Jake Holder, you support background checks? You can jump in after this. Mr.
Background checks and waiting periods are good. I'm in favor of background checks and waiting periods. Assault, high capacity assault weapons or rifles and high capacity magazines. I don't really think that people need those in society.
And you're a military guy too,
I am.
Right?
I'm a military guy. Now, would I introduce legislation to rid the state of assault, semi-automatic and automatic assault rifles and high capacity magazines? Probably not. But that is a case where it's politics. For example, I might vote in favor of that to garner a deal for something else, like to get Republicans to go along with the education initiative. It's politics. For example, I might vote in favor of that to garner a deal for something else, like to get Republicans to go along with the education initiative.
With gun legislation?
Well, not necessarily horse trading, but there's trade-offs in politics. That's what we have to understand. It's like I said about the education initiative. Some benefit and some are hurt.
Okay, so what you've just seen is three of my potential opponents for Nevada Assembly District 10. And allow me to be perfectly clear on my views regarding further restrictions on our Second Amendment rights. I believe that every human being has a right to self-defense. I believe in Americans. Millions of them drive around every day in vehicles that could be turned into weapons in a split second. Yet that doesn't happen. When given personal responsibilities, Americans overwhelmingly do the right thing. I will not, ever, under any circumstance, support further restrictions on our Second Amendment rights. Our founding fathers had just finished fighting for their liberty against a tyrannical government when the Bill of Rights was written. The Second Amendment was put in place as a last resort to stop not only the criminals who might take our lives and our liberties, but to also stop a tyrannical government that might do the same. I believe in Americans. We just witnessed hundreds of them in Bunkerville exercising their Second Amendment rights just like the Founding Fathers had intended, and yet not a single shot was fired. That, my friends, is gun control. Patriotic Americans controlling their emotions and controlling those who pointed weapons at them first. Given personal responsibilities, Americans overwhelmingly do the right thing. I believe that the Founding Fathers got it right, and I will stand with you and I'll stand with them.